Hey everyone, it's Rabbi Shmuel Pollan. Welcome back. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy all the videos I have made for you. This is information that has changed my life and it will change your life. I'm paying it forward. Please take advantage. And it's all free and nothing really to sell to you, just out of my goodwill. And what I want to tell you now is a story that I just heard, sharing a little heritage of being a Jew and the fact that the Holocaust is so much in our minds and in our hearts, and we're always thinking about it, what we went through, and still recovering from it. And there's one story about when Hitler came to power in 1933. There was a man called Reb Shimon Schwab, and he was a great rabbi, and he had a congregation there. And at one point, there was a Nazi guard watching his speeches, and he did what sounded like was a slur against Hitler. May his name be obliterated. And he explained to him and even showed him the book, which was in German, which says, this is what I'm teaching. And it's what I'm teaching is about the Jews in the desert who just received the Torah and they worship the golden calf. And it says that they wanted an intermediary to God. They wanted something tangible that they could hold on to communicate with God. They weren't trying to make an idol. And the word intermediary in German sounded like Hitler. And so he said, okay, but you're not totally off the hook. And there were phone calls going back and forth all throughout the night about this rabbi and what we should do to him. And this whole time, the interesting thing is that he never stopped sleeping in his clothes. He never took off his clothes and put on pajamas. Now, why did he do that? He did that because he figured that he might just be taken out to be hanged in the middle of the night, as so many people were, and his students would all see him there in his pajamas being disgraced. And he wanted to make sure that that didn't happen. He wanted to make sure that he was still in his, so to speak, royal garb, his finest garb, even as he was hanged by the Nazis. So this is a very poignant story, a very emotional story, and it reminds us, A, that we have to be so grateful that we were not born into that generation because of the hell that it was. We could have been born into that generation just as easily, but God had the kindness towards us. He chose us for a better generation. And as bad as we think things are, we should also always remember how much worse it can be. It also reminds us that we always have to keep our dignity. Nobody should be able to break us. No matter what abuser has gotten a hold of us, what bullies have gotten a hold of us, whoever has gotten a hold of us cannot break us. We are a soul from God, and that means we are infinite, and we can do anything in any circumstance at any stinking time. We can always do anything. That is our role as human beings, to be able to be a soul, which is to realize our infinite potential of what we can do. So let's always remember, nobody can break us. And another story, a man in the gulags who was formerly a general, used to put on his general's uniform every single morning before he started the day, just because he wanted to remind himself who he was. Well, remind yourself of who you are. You are a child of God, and God is infinite and infinitely powerful, and has infinite possibilities, which means you can do anything and you can feel anything you want at any time. Just because you were feeling bad a moment ago doesn't mean you have to feel bad this moment. So go out there and fulfill your potential, because your potential is really limitless.